What's up, TTFF people? Welcome to the Tucson Family Food Project. My name is Steven Cota-Robles. This week we're doing a classic breakfast recipe with our own little twist. So get ready, because this week we're making pancakes with a blueberry compote, which is basically a really delicious topping. Blueberries are one of the healthiest fruits you can eat. They're low in calories and full of vitamins and minerals, and they're rich in antioxidants, which help protect your body from free radicals. But what exactly are antioxidants and free radicals? A free radical is basically an atom or a molecule in your body that has an odd number of electrons. Now, atoms and molecules don't really like having an odd number of electrons, so what they do is bounce around like crazy and actually steal electrons from otherwise healthy molecules, which causes damage to our cells. Now, this isn't really that big of a deal when it's happening on a small scale, but when exposed to things like pollution, cigarette smoke, radiation, or even manufactured chemicals found in pesticides and ultra-processed foods, it creates a larger number of these free radicals that go on to damage more and more of our healthy cells. Now, antioxidants, like those found in blueberries, fight free radicals by giving them some of their own electrons. And by doing this, they basically act as an off switch for the free radicals and stop them from bouncing around all over the place. And according to Harvard Medical School, quote, "This helps break a chain reaction that can affect other molecules in the cell and other cells in the body." Long story short, it's impossible to avoid these free radicals completely, and a lot of things we do in our day-to-day lives increase the amount of free radicals in our bodies. But eating foods that are rich in antioxidants like blueberries help us create balance and limit any damage to our cells. All right, now let's get into our recipe. In your meal kit this week, you have 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt here in your dry ingredients. You also have 2 eggs, 1 3/4 cup milk, 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 2 tablespoons of butter, a 1/4 cup of maple syrup, 2 cups of blueberries, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, and you'll also need 2 tablespoons of water from your own house. And what you're gonna need to make this week's recipe is 2 bowls, ideally medium and large in size, a non-stick frying pan, a wooden spoon, a spatula, a big metal spoon, a fork, and a small saucepan. So the first thing we're gonna do is heat our small saucepan over medium to medium-low heat. Then all we're gonna do is add about half of our blueberries, and then we're gonna add in our vanilla, our lemon juice, our maple syrup, and 2 tablespoons of water. And we're gonna heat this and let it cook for about 10 minutes, stirring it every so often just to make sure that nothing's sticking to the bottom. All right, so our blueberries have been going for about 10 minutes now, and you can see how much they've thickened up. So now we're gonna go ahead and add the other half of our blueberries into here, and then we're gonna keep cooking this for about another 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. And same thing, you just wanna stir it every so often, and putting these other blueberries in here at a later stage is gonna make these pop once we're done. All right, so now our second half of blueberries have been cooking for about 8 to 9 minutes, and you can see that they've all thickened up again. So now all we're gonna do is remove this from the heat, and you're gonna let it cool here in the pan, and it's gonna thicken up as it cools. So to make your pancakes, the first thing we're gonna do is pour all of our dry ingredients, our pancake mix, here into this bowl. And then we're gonna go ahead and stir it up just to make sure that the baking powder and the salt is all mixed in here. Now for our wet ingredients, we're gonna start off by cracking our eggs into the bowl. And then we're gonna use our fork to whisk these up. All right, you want your eggs to look like that after they're all whisked up. And then we're gonna mix in our milk with our eggs. And we're also gonna add in about half of our oil. And your wet ingredients should look something like that. Now we're just gonna pour our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients. And then with our big spoon, we're gonna gently mix this all together until it's a nice consistency. And it's okay if it has some lumps. It doesn't have to be perfectly smooth. You actually don't wanna overmix this. But you basically wanna not see any of the flour anymore. All right, it looks like everything is all mixed up. And like I said, it's okay if it has some lumps. And then we're gonna add a little bit of our oil, just enough to cook in small batches. And we're gonna let that warm up. So now that our oil's nice and warm, we're gonna use our spoon and carefully spoon in our pancake mix. And you can make these as big or as small as you want. The size doesn't matter, it's all your preference. But you wanna keep them about the same size so that way they cook in about the same amount of time. And we're gonna cook these for about 2 to 4 minutes per side. You'll know that they're ready to be flipped when you see air bubbles start coming up consistently around the pancake. So now you can see all of these bubbles that have popped and are holding their shape, means that this is ready to flip. We're gonna cook them for about another 2 to 4 minutes on this side. So there are our pancakes and blueberry compote. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all are having or have had an amazing fall break. I'll see you right back here next time with another delicious recipe. So until then, peace.